Let's get it to a better screen for that. All right. So
We'll unmute me here. See, can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right. So initially opening the box. This is out of China. So who knows what all we're going to have in here. Let's see. We have some vitamin D ointment, much like, it's the ointment that you're going to put on after you get your tattoo done. A couple rolls of tape here. Let's see here. Ink caps. Oh, wow. It comes with a pretty good supply of inks here. I'm actually surprised by that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 little bottles of tattoo ink. That's pretty cool. All right. What do we have here? The foot pedal. Oh, I didn't know it had a foot pedal. That makes me a little bit happier because I'm used to those. We have some kind of gloves here, it looks like. I don't know if they're going to be latex or not. I don't have an allergy, so I'm not really worried about it. The tattoo pen. Ooh. Let's see here. Power supply for the tattoo gun. All right. Cartridge needles. So apparently these are how they're using the needles now. They're using cartridges on these. Looks like we have some, carbon paper and regular paper for flash transfers. And I'll explain all that about the flash transfers as we go. And looks like we got a couple pieces of simulated human skin. Oh, what do we got here? We have some manual. Let's see. Okay. Well, this is interesting because it starts off like that. Let's see, is it going to be one of those? All right, here we go. All right, flip it over. Let's see. Precautions. Working temperature, 10 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius, or 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity at 30 to 75%. Do not tattoo on real human skin for beginners. Assembly, first wash your hands and wear the gloves. Now, I've already washed my hands, so I'm not real worried about that. And it says to get the power supply out first. So let's take a look here. See what we've got with the power supply. Let's see here. This had tape closing it. And we've got lead cord. All right, and this will be the directions for the power supply. Let's get it out of this little fancy bag here. It's kind of cute. I remember my tattoo kits were monstrous. They were big old setups. Okay. So we're going to, all right, it shows us where we have to hook everything up to it. So, and this is literally, folks, I'm unboxing it for the first time. I haven't seen any of this stuff. Make sure there's no tape. That's one of those. Okay. It's pretty nice looking. I got to say, that anodized aluminum looks really nice. It's got some good weight to it. I'd say it's probably about half a pound. Let's see what's up underneath here. And there is our connecting cord for the tattoo gun. It still uses the old 1/4 inch connectors like off the guitar cables and everything. The nice thing is everything goes right back in these boxes. That's nice. I remember I had to go out and buy an old Army ammo can and have it treated so that I could keep all my tattoo equipment in there and keep it sterile. All right, so let's look at this foot pedal here. It should just be a standard foot pedal like you used to have with the old coil type tattoo guns. All right, let's get this out of there. Man, there's enough boxes, that's for sure. All right. That's just a standard little foot pedal. What does it say on there? Wormhole. And I got to say, this is actually a pretty nice little kit they've got here. One thing they don't supply you with is a stand for the ink cups, but fortunately, as having been an old tattoo guy myself, give me 1 second here, I have a ink cup. All right, someone has moved it, so. And I do apologize. I came in a little bit rushed and late. Apparently, there was some kind of shakeup with YouTube, and I had to pretty much go in and reset everything on the channel. I don't know what was going on with that. All right. So we'll see where everything goes. Let me make sure I do it all right here. No idea what that is. It looks like it goes there. And like everything, they got an 8-foot of twist ties on them. Of course, it breaks off. All right, let's see what we've got here. This is a power supply. That plugged in. All right, we'll plug it in right over here. Ooh, that wasn't good. Gave a nice little shock when I plugged it in. And it gave me a nice little shock when I touched it. This should be interesting. Well, now I've got some worries about this. All right, let's get the cord for the tattoo gun. All right. And it has speed adjustment on the power supply there, so we'll see how that goes. Everything looked nice. Unfortunately, like I said, I really didn't appreciate the shock. So we'll see how that does. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. You can't even hear it. I can barely feel the vibration within it. That's really interesting. All right. So let's see the needle cartridges here. Now, if you're used to any kind of tattooing the way it was before, there used to be these long metal rods that were your tattoo needles. And apparently now they come in these little cartridges. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a sterile E0. Okay. That looks like a 3-needle Magnum. What we got here? Okay, looking at this one looks more like a line needle. They all have different numbers. This is going to be, looks like a single line needle also. And another 3-pin Magnum. So we'll get the line needles first. We'll do those. See how that works. Get everything start getting set up. We'll grab these. And doesn't look like the most sterile setup I've ever seen, but we'll go with it. All right. We'll see if these things, this feels like, it doesn't feel like latex, so that's that nitrile or whatever they call it nowadays. So get that going there. And of course, as with everything, nothing fits. It's not made for my size hands. Ooh. All right. So let's get the inks over here. Let's get us an ink cup out. I've got something laying up here so it doesn't spill ink everywhere. All right. So it's a standard cap. Let's see here. I'll go with black if we can find it in this package. Pretty interesting. Not only is it one wrapper around the entire thing, but it's got a wrapper around the individual ink cartridges, each row of them. And this is going to be the black. Now, it didn't come with any green soap or anything like that to make it a little easier to work with. And of course, this is going to have some kind of ball joint on the end of it. We got to break off. Hold on one second. I'm just going to cut it. And if you can't hear it, Roscoe is going nuts in the house, which is why I don't have him out here right now. Let's see what we've got here. That's a good little bit there. That closes down nice and tight. Okay. So far, other than the initial shock when I first plugged it in, everything's been pretty nice with this. This all feels pretty quality. So let's see how this does. This should be interesting. This is a fake skin. All right. Put that there. And let's see. That's our fake skin. I'm not going to do any flash on it or anything like that. I'm just going to freehand it. Get this, punch it through. Make sure I don't get near the sharp end there. Okay. That's interesting, these little cartridges. Let's see. Comes out a pretty good distance. I don't know if I want to be having it go all the way out like that. All right, now let's take a look at the instructions here. Okay, so push in and twist. That's simple enough. It says to unhook the power from it first. So we're going to get it in till it seats, and then we're supposed to twist it, and it locks. All right. This should be interesting. Let's do it that way. I like that. Let's see. Yeah. So what we're going to do, get us some ink up into the cartridge there. All righty. Dab off the extra stuff there. See if we can get it in there good. All right. So, like I said, it's been about 10 years since I've done any tattooing. So, pretty smooth. I gotta admit, like I said, the old style coil guns I couldn't really use anymore because with the nerve damage, it hurt too much to do it. So this one's pretty smooth, pretty straight. let's see there. All right. So let's see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the line needle there. I'm going to grab a wet paper towel and we're going to see how this stacks up. So give me 1 second here. And if you've ever been to a tattoo shop, one of the things you see everywhere in a tattoo shop is paper towels. So let's see how this does. Once we do the wipe off here, we used to go through bundles and bundles and bundles of paper towels doing the tats. All right, so let's see. This will be, and this is very light. It's not a whole lot of water on there. Well, first thing I can say is it appears as though the ink did not stay in that fake skin very well. So that's a no-go on the ink. All right. I'm going to flip it over, try from the other side, try something different, and then try some shading. All right, I don't like that. All right, so I can say you really got to watch your depth with this because of how far out that needle comes. Hopefully there's some kind of adjustment you can do to restrict that. And like I said, it really does. It is a lot different than the old coil types. This is much smoother. But like I said, you really have to watch how deep you're going with this because if you go too deep, you're going to damage the client's skin. Get some more ink in there. What I do like is it performs a lot like a pen or a pencil once you get the right height on there. And almost no sound, which is kind of crazy. I'm not really digging this skin, this fake skin very much. There we go. Just a quick little thing I just drew on there. And I can already see under the paper the where it went through there. So let me unplug this. Let's get one of those shading needles out. We'll work it a couple of different ways. Over here on the trash pile. All right. And like I said, these appear to be a 3 needle setup here. They're all sealed in these bubble packs, which would mean they're sterile. All right, let's see how far this one comes out. Wow. All right, looks like they all come out pretty good distance there. Find it till it clicks, and then just twist it in until it stops. Okay. Let me see something here. Let's see if you can actually just load the ink right into it, because it has this little opening right here. So let's see if we can load the ink right into it. All right. Let's see here. All right. So let's see how she does at shading. And great. Well, we're going to have to try something else. Let's see here. That's interesting. It seems like it runs out of ink pretty quick, though. I like the old school style. Just dab it. All right, let's see what we got. So, as you can see, the shading there, it's, I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see. If I really want to color something in, see how it does. The nice thing is with these flat blade Magnum styles, you can turn them to get into tight spots. Like I said, it's been about 10 years since I've had a tattoo gun in my hand, so let's see how this does. All right. We colored it in somewhat. Let's see about the eyes here and the mouth. See how it does. Running into the same problem with this fake skin that I did on the first try, whereas it literally isn't holding the ink. But maybe that's part of it, is just since this is just for training. I'm gonna say it feels a lot nicer than the old coil type guns. I'll give it that. And again, remember, this is the cheapest tattoo gun they had on Amazon. So I paid, I think, about $30 for it. And let's see how we're looking. Well, not too bad. We'll set it there. Now, remember, on regular skin, I'd be able to clean it off all the way, but we've got some shadowing going in there, some shade work going. Unfortunately, every time I try to wipe it, it ends up creating more of a mess and taking all the ink out of the skin than it should. Let's see, and these are not water-based inks, so I will be using something to cure that. All right, we'll give it a second. And yeah, that ink's not staying in there at all. Let's try something a little bit different. And you can hear it when it goes deeper than it should. You can hear it vibrating off there pretty good. I don't like that. You have to keep refilling this thing quite a bit. That's one thing I don't like. Let's see, just some simple little scroll type design there. Let's see how it looks once we get the excess ink up off of it. So it, I'm just wondering how this would do on actual skin as to holding the ink in place. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the ink, if it's the gun itself, the needles, or what it is. But if you're someone who's wanting to get into tattooing, you need a way to learn. And I don't think this is all that bad for learning. You're going to want to get much better, higher quality equipment as you go with it. So let me switch on back over here. All right.
What do you think, Chad?
I think it looks really good. I'm impressed.
I'm really happy with. It's a nice weight. I like when I'm doing artwork, things like that. I like to feel the tool that I'm using. There's almost no vibration to it whatsoever, which I'm really happy with. And yeah, for a beginner, yeah, you can do some simple designs. This fake skin, you might as well throw it in the trash. I'd rather go out and buy some oranges, and that's how I learned to was tattooing on oranges. I do really like the fact that the needles come in the cartridges. Makes it a lot easier for cleanup. You don't have these long needles that are, real good chance of getting yourself poked, messing with them. I mean, honestly, for the price, I'm surprised of how much I got. I really am. Give me a second here. Right. Yeah. Oh, all right. So, all right. So, do we have any questions out there? Let me see here. Yeah. Let's see. Talking about scars. Yeah, I've had more than my share of those from the tattoos that I've gotten. Matter of fact, the one on my right shoulder. Let's see. This one. Yeah, I can literally go along it and I can feel the scars. That's cross and praying hands for my grandmother. Let's see here. Got any questions? Deviant, that is some kind of fake skin, and I wouldn't recommend it. It looks like it's not very good. Let's see. Oh, okay. Deviant talking about using high-speed rotary tool. I've never used one before. I'm pretty impressed with it. Oh, thank you, Jade. Yeah, and I'm just tinkering with it. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done tattoos in over 10 years. Yeah, exactly. I'm not happy about the fact that I can't control how far the needles come out of the cartridge. Let's see. I believe Poe's got a mask on, which is good, but hard to hear. Oh no, it was just when I switched over to the other laptop, it's its own internal microphone in there, and it's not the best in the world. Let's see here. We got any more questions here. Let's see. We'll get on down to the bottom here. Yeah, I mean, if you look back at how the old tools were, they were definitely they scarred the daylights out of people who got tattoos. As we go, the further along we go with these things, the better they are, the nicer the equipment is, the less damage you're doing to the skin. Let's see, any more questions there? So, Chad, what do you think? How many tattoos you got?
No, none. But it's interesting. I like the idea of it.
Where's your LRH tattoo?
Oh, I know, right? Someday.
Every OSA has to have an LRH tattoo. Where's yours at, brother?
If I have,
Oh.
if I get one, I'll have you do it though.
That's if I get back into it. I'm not really wondering whether or not I want to get any more, get back into doing tats. I mean, I love doing it. I love doing the flash work. And if you're not familiar with tattoos, the artwork that is used when someone designs a tattoo out for you, that piece of art is called the flash. And then what they're going to do, and there are different machines nowadays that they use. You can literally use dot matrix printers, those kinds of things. But the old school way was we used a piece of carbon paper and a piece of paper. We put our image on top of the carbon paper right here. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to this camera. We put our image on top of the carbon paper and literally trace the image out that we were going to do. And what's really funny is we used to use right guard deodorant, stick deodorant, and we would rub it where they wanted to get the tattoo done. So, like with this one, they would literally go in and just rub this whole area down. Well, and it depends. I mean, if you're like a couple of my friends who are basically Sasquatches, they'd have to go in and shave it too. But basically, what they do is they go in, they rub it down with the yeah, Terry, that's literally that's how I learned doing it. And they have new tattoo transfer paper that you can get, but it depends on pricing and whether or not the artist is willing to use it. But they went in with the right guard, clear deodorant, rubbed it on, let that set for a second, and then they would put that piece of paper with the carbon image on there and hold that on there. And after about a minute or so, peel it off, and the image would transfer onto the skin. And the nice thing about it is you use it for your typewriter, do you?
Yep.
Nice thing is that that image stayed on there and it didn't wipe off quite so easy when you were using and what we call it was green soap. And it was what we used during the tattoos and everything. I don't know what they're using nowadays. Like I said, it's been over 10 years since I've done anything with them. Let's see. Debbie M fell asleep. Good tattoo artist. Yeah. Yeah. I am, something. If you don't have any tattoos, the craziest thing about tattoos, they're addictive. Once you get one, you want another one, and you can't wait till you get the next one. Let's see here. One of my back tattoos has a scarab holding a yin yang instead of a sun. When I'm sick or something's off with my body, it rises up as if trying to fly away. That's pretty cool. And nice way of combining the two different genres there with the yin yang and the scarab beetle. Like on my Explorer guitar that you guys see when I do my live stream interviews, that actually that Explorer guitar, there we go, that's better. Get this down a little bit. There we go. That Explorer guitar has the Celtic knotwork, a lot of Celtic imagery, and then it has the two dueling dragons in the shape of the yin yang. Oh yeah, carbon paper was is horribly messy. I shouldn't say it was. A Claire Bear tattoo, Anhata, that's pretty interesting. Let's see here. Anybody else got any more questions? You can actually go on Amazon and get carbon paper from there. You can get it online outlets. I prefer not to go through like tattoo supply companies because they're going to charge you a lot more money. Okay, yeah, carbon paper and liquid. Oh my gosh, whiteout. My brother was a tattoo artist. He taught my boyfriend. As from Goldie, my brother, rest in peace, was a tattoo artist. He taught my boyfriend, who has had a shop in Tennessee for years, and I still don't have one. I don't know what to say, Goldie. I don't know what to say. I had a lot of respect for you, and then you do this to me. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Oh, best friend. Okay, well, BF usually means then you say BFF or something like that. But uh okay, I'm sorry. Um, let's see. Anybody else got any questions here? Disappointed. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed in Goldie too.
There's
Deviant. I
always
am
always time. Always time.
Well, we'll have to put that LRH tattoo on you there. The guy from the Monkees, Mike. I don't remember what their names. Man, it's been a long time since I've heard about them. The guy from the Monkees, Mike something, not the drummer, the one with a hat. His mom invented whiteout. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
That is really cool. I A good friend of mine I grew up with went to Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and I was there visiting with him. And one of the guys in his fraternity, his grandfather was the guy who invented coaxial cable, which is the cable you use for standard cable lines and all that. Um, let's see here, and that man, that kid had so much money. In the Muslim religion, you can't get tattoos. And Marjan, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're also not supposed to do artwork of people's faces, are you, or people in general? I know you're not supposed to do anything with Allah on it. Oh, there we go. Goldie needs a tiny wrench tattoo. Yeah, that's good. Um, I didn't know about I don't know about the Jewish religion. I know that I've tattooed several people that are Jewish. Man, I've also tattooed several people that were Muslim. Um, but I know that they're not supposed to. Actually, in Christianity, you're not supposed to tattoo the body also. Um, what is the most here? Hold on. What is the most strange tattoo you have seen? I've seen some crazy ones. Ones that I've personally done. There was a young lady who was an exotic dancer, and she had me do a tattoo of Kermit the Frog pushing a lawnmower down towards the nether. Yeah. That was probably the craziest one I've ever seen. I couldn't believe that. I was really big about if you want a tattoo, it should have some meaning to you, things like that. Um, let's see. Jeriel York, and welcome to the channel, Jeriel. The Bible's representation of that is marking of the dead and a worship. Okay. I know that there's several things about it in the Bible, but the way I look at it is my tattoos aren't markings of the body, they're adornments of the body. The one here is for my grandmother. I have respect for my grandmother, who I loved unbelievably. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Why did that? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. And the one on my left shoulder, the koi, which has to be finished out, I'm actually going to get it. It's going to come up over the shoulder and then down around. Here, I'll show you on this arm. It's easier. It's going to come up and over the shoulder and then come down to about here, and it'll be the Japanese style waves in the ocean. But the koi fish for meaning of love and protection for my family. So let's see. Correct. In Marjan, the same in Christianity, the body is considered sacred vessel. It's Christ's temple. Let's see here. Oh, you're a tattoo artist out of Texas.
Wow.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, about the religious implications of it. Jeriel, let me know. Have you used anything like this? Now, like I said, this is the cheapest one they had on Amazon. I paid like less than $40 for the kit. I was really surprised it came with 20 20 little bottles of ink and everything. I don't know how the ink is. It doesn't appear to be water-based ink, so I've got to check that out. But Gerald, please let me know if you've used any of these rotary guns before and what you think about them. That is awesome, and Sim's beautiful. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with, number one, it feels like quality. This is machined aluminum, and it's pretty good. It weighs about half a pound. And like I said, for me, I like something that's heavier. So that's, when I'm using something like this feels perfect in my hand. A good segue on that. When the police department we had the Beretta 92F 9mm handguns, and we switched over to the Glock 9mm. Everyone's scores at the range went down dramatically because of the weight difference. Nasty Nathaniel, and yes, I watched the Karen. That was pretty interesting. I got to say, she's pretty much one of the nicest Karens I've ever seen. Let's see, Deviant. Mine, a very personal. I've drawn them myself, and they represent important thresholds in my life. Awesome. Being paralyzed and learning to walk. And that's why I feel that I personally don't feel that it would be considered sinful. Because I think that they're adornments, and like with the one here that, it has the cross and the praying hands with the ribbon draping around the cross that says, it has my grandmother's name and the date that she died, and, loving memory. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I've used them on the fake skin, and I've used those ink to get better at line working, shading, coloring. Yeah. And like I said, it's been 10 years since I've used one of these, since I've used the tattoo gun. Let's see. And Hada should post a picture of her tiger lily tat. And oh yeah.
Yeah, do it.
So if anybody else has got any other questions, throw them out there. If not, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. I really didn't know how long this was going to go, but I wanted to, make sure that you check out Nasty Nathaniel's channel. Nathaniel will be joining me on the 28th, Sunday the 28th at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. his time. And we're going to be doing a class on First Amendment auditing. And the awesome thing about it is we're going to talk to you about how to safely do it, what the laws are, what you need to know. And, having someone like Nasty Nathaniel there to help do it, it's an awesome way to go. So what we're going to do, with that is going to be, I think it's going to be really good. I know a lot of people have asked about how they can First Amendment audit their local Scientology org. We're going to talk about that, talk about the processes of it, and also the purpose behind doing First Amendment auditing at something like a Scientology org. This Sunday, Janice Gillum Grady joins me. And if you don't know who she is, her and Mark have the channel Our Scientology Stories, Peeling the Onion. And they're both awesome. They have some great history with Scientology. As you saw with Mark, he actually worked with Miscavige. And Janice worked with LRH himself. So that's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking at some of the questions here. So, all right, folks. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for joining me. If you're wanting to learn to tattoo, my advice is find a licensed tattoo artist that's willing to take on an apprentice. You're going to spend a lot of time cleaning the shop. I went through all this. Like I said, I stopped doing it about 10 years ago, and I'd done it for almost 10 years. The thing is, you're going to spend a lot of time doing grunt work, cleaning the shop, doing those kinds of things. But the big thing is you're going to be doing a lot of flash. You're going to be spending a lot of time drawing, doing your own flash, getting it ready for when you are licensed and ready to go. They're going to slowly introduce you into what you need to do. So If you've got any questions, there are several channels out there that are specifically related to tattooing, how to get into it, where to go, and all those things. But I saw this on Amazon. I had to try it and see how it went. So, as always, folks, thank you so much for joining me. Life is short. We only get one shot at it. Make it count. Thank you.